My name is Natalia, and today I'm going to be talking about the female productivity and calf survivorship of bottlenose dolphins in Bocas del Toro, Panama. So previous research by Dr. May Collado and her colleagues has shown that the Bocas dolphin foraging behavior is actually disrupted throughout the day by tour boats. And this has created concerns about the health of the population because the presence of these boats has shown to physically separate mothers from their calves. And this population is very unique in that habitat disturbances are the key factor that determine calf survivorship and female reproductive success. So given the intensity of the tourism industry around these animals, this population is predicted to have a longer calving cycle and a higher calf mortality rate when compared to other populations that are more isolated and secluded. So data collection took place in Bocas del Toro, Panama from the years 2004 to 2016. And if a dolphin was spotted with a calf, then that dolphin was categorized as a female, and these dolphins were identified based upon the unique markings on their dorsal fin. And 44 females and 61 calves were identified in this study period, and 23 out of the 44 reside in Dolphin Bay, which is the area that is highly trafficked by a lot of boats. And calves were identified as having survived at least 1 year if it was spotted with its mother for at least 1 year, and for 2 years if it was seen with its mother for more than 2 years. And this is important because once a calf or juvenile reaches age 2, it is big enough to survive and go off on its own without being threatened by predators, and it also knows how to hunt and forage for itself. The calving interval was estimated as the difference in months between the first sighting of a mother-calf pair and then the first time that the same mother was seen with a different calf later on. Reproductive success equals the number of calves that survived divided by the total number of calves produced, and similarly, the calf mortality rate equals the number of calves that died divided by the total number of calves that were produced. So for calving interval, 15 out of the 44 females produced more than one calf, and you can see that this is a bimodal distribution, and there's a large range that ranges from 30 to 102 months. And the median resting period is 62.08 months, which is roughly 5.2 years. So for calf mortality, 61 calves were identified from 2004 to 2016, but I am still currently going through these data, so a subset from 2004 to 2015 was used for calf mortality. So out of the 55 calves produced within this period, 31 of them actually died, creating a mortality rate of 56% and their survivorship rate of 44%. And it's also very important to note that out of those calves that did die, 30 out of the 31 of them died before they even reached age 1. So on average, the calving interval for this population is 5.2 years, sorry. But it can get as high as the 80s or even up to 102 months, which is a lot. And this is significantly greater than those estimated for other more secluded populations. And one of the reasons that this might be is because of the high stress environment that they live in. And we have actually been able to receive blood and biopsy samples and tissue samples from these dolphins, and it is shown that they have high levels of cortisol in their blood and tissues, which is basically a stress hormone. And other studies have shown that when animals are stressed, they're less likely to reproduce. So we think that this might be one of the primary reasons for the observed increase in calving interval. And furthermore, having a 44% calf survivorship rate is very, very low. And in Sarasota Bay and in New Zealand, these are two more secluded populations. Their calf survivorship rate is 81% and 86%. So clearly, there's something in this environment in Panama that is causing the calf survivorship rate to be so low. and increased boating activity leading to either physical separation between the mother and calves or leading to boat strikes are two of the most probable causes of this high rate. So clearly, action has to be taken because just as we scientists care about this population, so do the locals because they rely on them for tourism and for a source of income. So therefore, it is proposed that the government officials have strict laws and guidelines when it comes to how close these boats can get to the dolphins, as well as how long they can be out on the water. Here are my sources.